Hey, CDA, and I know a lot of people have been complaining about the UI of Civilization 7. Honestly, I am not one of those people. I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as some people make it out to be. However, there are some problems with Civilization 7 when it comes to the UI, and there also happens to be a mod that fixes all of those problems very nicely, so I just wanted to take a minute and highlight that. This mod, and I'll leave a link below in the description as well as in the pinned comment, is basically fixing a lot of the things that you might encounter in the early game. You know how it can be really annoying when you see this cotton over here and you're like, well, what do I actually need to improve that? And if I look at my early tags, which tags are going to give me the most benefit? Well, what this mod now does is if you hover over the tile, it will actually tell you what you need in order to improve this tile. You can see I am going to place a plantation over here if I want to improve that. You might be wondering, is this not in the actual game itself? No, it's not. Why? I don't know, but this mod fixes that problem. You can also see now which tiles are actually working because the icons are slightly bigger than the tiles you're not working, so that makes it easier to distinguish which tiles you still have to go, and all of those changes are tiny. But wait, that's not everything. In general, this mod will just give you a lot more information on your tiles. So for example, over here you can see I have a granary and a brickyard, and they're both ageless, so I don't want to build over those. But if I check some of these other districts, there might be, for example, a blacksmith over here that is obsolete, so I can build over that without being worried. So it's a lot easier to tell what's going on. Another favorite of mine is the fact that you can hover over a wonder and just actually see what the wonder does. I can't stress enough how awesome this is. I'm not entirely sure why this is not in the default game. But even more importantly, look at this. Look at my city. You see something different there. There's 2 units in this city. You know how I can tell? Because there's 2 icons. Instead of having 2 icons on top of each other like the default UI does, they're now right next to each other. It's so awesome, it's so simple, and it's a lot easier to tell what's going on. And again, another very simple change is that if you start building a new building, you can actually see what's already on the tile with those tiny little icons. So it's a lot easier to see where you can still place something and where you would be overwriting something else. Again, super small, but super useful, especially if you're a bit more of an experienced player and you want to min-max your layouts. He also added a little pop-up which tells you how much food you actually need to accrue to grow your city to the next phase. This can be important if you get some of these event pop-ups that give you an amount of food. You might want to know how much food does that actually contribute towards my next population. You don't have to open the city screen anymore, you can just tell it right here on the map. All of these changes are not major, they're not going to actually change your gameplay, but they will be a massive quality of life if you're looking for information right here on your map. There's other mods on the Civ Fanatics forum as well that you might want to take a look at if you do want to change something to your game. For example, just unlocking all civilizations without needing to meet certain requirements. So go and take a look. I expect most of these mods will come to the Steam Workshop as well soon after release, but for now you can download them on the forums. I hope you found this useful. If you did, make sure to like it so the algorithm will tell this to other people as well. And let me know in the comments if you have any other mod recommendations that I should cover. For now, if you're still here, you're awesome, and I hope to catch you in the next one.